Wow, what an amazing episode we had today talking about love songs, the Super Bowl halftime show. We had a great grab bag section. Tony, what'd you think?
You know, I liked the song section. That was really cool. But the grab bag was really, really nice. I feel like we tackled a unique question in guest count, inviting guests, not inviting guests, who to invite and who not to. But it threw me for a surprise when we started talking about it. So I liked that part.
I loved our special guest today, who you will hear from in just a little bit. And she had some great tracks from the love songs today. I added some new ones to my crates.
Yep.
I'm stoked. So
it's a good one.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the episode. Thanks for listening in.
Let's jump right into it.
Let's get to it. Let's go.
What do you like better, Christmas or wedding season?
Mr. Gray.
Yes. The answer would be wedding season. Bingo.
Well, you've just inspired me to hire a DJ, so thank you.
Oh, well, good luck finding a DJ who can move and shake like this.
You are now listening to Cutmaster Cast.
Yo, welcome back to another round of Cutmaster Cast, episode number 4. My name is Chris.
What's up, y'all? My name is Tony Pacheco.
And we are your favorite friendly neighborhood DJs from Albuquerque, New Mexico with Cutmaster Music. And on this podcast, we discuss local events, the DJ and music scene, and wedding industry topics / hacks. And today we're going to tap into, I think, a few of those buckets. But before we do that, we would like to introduce our first guest on the podcast. Welcome, Victoria Marin, everybody.
What's up, everyone? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Victoria is actually a part of Cutmaster Music. She's the newest member and has been with us for just about a year now, right?
Yeah, just about a year.
So why don't you tell our listeners, all 10 of them, about yourself and
yeah, shout out you guys.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
My name is Victoria, also known as DJ Mischievous. I do club, radio. Now I'm doing private events with you guys. Streaming on TikTok, things like that. So, got my hands in almost every single pot you could get in.
You do a cool radio show.
Yeah, my radio show, the Troublemaker Mix show based out of LA. We do just like an all genre open format show. We get a bunch of guests. This week's guest is DJ Young Red from Atlanta, Georgia. So this is my first Atlanta guest. It's going to be super fun. Our styles are kind of similar. So it's going to be an incredible show. If you guys, can listen to that every Wednesday on www.hits101radio.com. We got a fun show for you guys on there, and I'm excited to be here. So thanks for having me, guys.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for joining us, and we're glad to have you as part of the Cutmaster crew as well. We're excited that, you're bringing your experience from the nightlife scene into the private events, and it's just exciting to have a female DJ here in Albuquerque. There's not many of you around here.
Yeah. We're
glad to have you with us, and I'm just excited to hear about your adventures as you get more into the private event scene.
Definitely.
So you'll definitely be hearing more from Victoria since she's around here, the office a lot. We're going to be, I think she will frequently be on the show with us. So we're excited about that. Okay, so today's episode, we got a couple of things we want to discuss. First, it's Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day, even though you're going to hear this after Valentine's Day. We are recording it on Valentine's Day, so hope you had a great one.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we're going to discuss our favorite love songs since it is Valentine's Day. The love is in the air, people.
Before we do that, don't we need to jump into our past events?
We do, but we're gonna jump into our past events and just letting them know what we're talking about today.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about past events. We always start off every episode with past events, and then we're gonna talk about our favorite love songs. We're going to go into and chat about the Super Bowl halftime, which should be fun. I'm interested to hear what you all have to say about that. And then we're going to end today's episode with the grab bag as well. So DJ Tony's on top of it. Zia wants to talk about these events this past week.
I was just making sure. I wasn't sure if we were jumping right into the love songs right away or going into the...
I'm feeling the love today, Tony.
It's fair.
I'm feeling the love. Let's talk about our events. I didn't have anything this past weekend. It was a nice weekend off for me.
Nice.
But I know you guys had a few things, so yeah, what'd you have going on?
I had 4 different events this past weekend, which was kind of crazy. I had it was like a registration for, so it's called NMASC, New Mexico Student Council Association. I think I have that backwards, but anyway, it's all of the student council in all of the state, and they all meet for this conference. And it's really, really cool because they do a bunch of just like fun ways to like get your class and school involved in activities and doing different things. So they try to show them how to get the school involved with all of that. But for what we do is we provided like a dance sound system, a little pregame registration dance. And it's fun because they come in wearing all their school colors. They come in with all these totems.
How many kids?
Cool.
So for the registration, because it's middle school and high school. For the big dance that happens the next day, it was 1,200 kids.
Dang.
Yeah, that was nuts at the convention center. And then it's funny because it was kind of like if you've ever been to XS nightclub in Vegas, they have a pool and then they have a nightclub and then the DJ's in the middle. That's how I kind of was. But they had the high schoolers and then the middle schoolers behind me. So I felt good, and then I felt kind of bad. I'd have to like turn around and give the middle schoolers some love.
Yeah.
Jump! I need you to jump, right? So it was funny. But yeah, Thursday we did the registration. That was about 200, 300 kids because it was a smaller, at least for the dance. They were all spread out, right? So they had them everywhere. But that was Thursday. Then I had their little formal dance Friday. But that one was cool too because it was only for an hour. So you have only an hour to play every banger imaginable. So it's like super, super fun. You don't hold back and you just go crazy for that one. And then Saturday I had another little school dance for an elementary school that I helped out with my girlfriend. She does like after and before school programs. So I helped her out there. And then Sunday was the Super Bowl. So I did the tailgate at Revel, which was super, super fun. They had like the back room or whatever, like the big area. Big concert hall, thank you. Filled with all these tables. I was like collaborating with.
They put like big screens up.
They had the projectors on 2,
yeah.
And then they had literally 10 TVs all the way around. Ooh. So any angle you needed, you had a good angle at the TV. So that was cool.
Huh.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
and then
cool.
I was collaborating with Coyote 102.5 up there. We kind of went back and forth, so that was a lot of fun. And then I was out of there before kickoff. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, that's.
It was
cool.
like a hour 45-minute set because it was supposed to be 2. But then I had to stop and let the Bud Light commercials play for 20 minutes.
Nice.
They were like, we got to let these Bud Light ads run, so you're good. I was like, sweet.
You're all cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So.
Nice. That's the benefits of being like what I call a radio DJ.
Oh, yeah. I was just background the whole time.
Right.
And that was like, it was nice because you just feed an energy into a room, so there's no wrong answers. You get to play whatever you want, but you're really kind of diversifying it because there's older people,
Total
there's
open
younger
format.
people. Yeah, total open format. And so it was a little bit more catered towards older folks than younger, but like I was just feeding an energy into a room. So
Yeah,
It
cool.
sounds like fun.
It was
sounds
fun.
like a fun weekend, just
Yeah.
in general. Just
Oh,
doing
yeah.
a bunch of different stuff.
it was
Every single day. So
for real.
Yeah.
But they were good. There were a lot of fun events and successful all the way around.
Nice. Victoria, you have anything?
nothing this weekend. Like Chris, I took the weekend off. I had something last weekend though. I have a residency at a bar in my hometown, which is Silver City.
Nice.
Shout out to the Little Toad Creek. Awesome people down there. Super cool. Yeah, it was fun. It's always fun down there. It's completely open format as well. Just get to play all kinds of cool tracks and a bunch of different stuff. Before I went and did my gig this time around, I was like, I really want to switch it up. I'm tired of playing the same old things that I know are crowd pleasers.
Yeah.
So I started doing, a bunch of different mashups with Serato stems and really messing with that.
Nice.
It was a good crowd. They played into it. It wasn't like, oh, we don't know what this is and you go get a beer or whatever. They really were into it and really enjoyed it. They seemed like they were surprised in a good way.
Nice.
So yeah, it was cool. Lots of
Nice. Awesome. All right. Well, let's jump into the show, into the heart of it here. See what I did there? The heart of it.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
It's Valentine's Day, peeps.
I like that.
Valentine's Day. I'm all over it.
Lots of love.
So we're going to do our 3 just quick hitter, maybe some favorite love songs of ours, that we might play, where we might play these, where they might fit within our events. So Victoria, get us started. What's one of your favorite love songs?
Yeah, favorite love song, for sure. Was actually listening to it on the way over here. I pulled up. I was just feeling that
You're
love.
feeling the vibes of Valentine's
Yeah,
Day. Man.
I'm going to go with Until the End of Time, Beyonce, and Justin Timberlake.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sets the mood. Really
Yeah.
sets the mood.
Yeah. I like slow and then.
Yeah.
I feel that though.
It's a long intro.
Yeah, it is.
Let's
like I
get
should-
into the song here. Man, good track.
JT,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I need to add that one. I'm adding it right now to the crates
Yeah.
because that was not in there. Good pick.
This whole album seems to have like songs like not only just like that, but just very love. Well, it's called Future Sex Love Sounds or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like Summer
Definitely the album,
Love,
but
this
yes.
song, My Love.
Yep.
Oh,
good
that's
album.
right. It's
a love album.
It was made for Valentine's
It
Day.
was
I
made.
feel.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He did make it. I asked him.
You let me know.
Nice. All right, Tony, Zia, what you got?
This one's a classic that it came to me immediately. Love, Nat King Cole.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. You guys know.
It's got that crooner vibe. You know? It's just clean.
And if you didn't know how to spell love, now you do. I mean, it's
Yes.
multi-purpose
Yeah,
track. I feel.
exactly.
What I love about this one is, I play it probably at almost all of my events. It makes a
good one.
great track during dinner. It's like not like super slow where it bogs you down, but it's got that little like little skippy vibe
Yeah,
to it, right?
exactly.
So yeah, that's a good track. Nice.
Yeah, I like that one. What about you? What's yours?
Okay, I'm gonna go. Right. This is one of my favorite songs. It's got to be a top 5 R&B song track for me. Can you guess it?
It's a 90s track.
It's a 90s track. It's a 90s track.
It's
It's not Pony. How about that?
Oh, yeah, Pony.
All right.
Nice.
You guys recognize it? Thinking on me, girl.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that is fun.
I might play this every single day. I'm just letting you know.
It's a good one.
It's on the Spotify playlist, peeps. Man, after 7, little baby face on there.
Yeah.
You remember, peeps.
Yeah.
I love that track.
That's a good one.
That's a top one for me. Surprisingly, I really don't play it at events much. It doesn't seem to really fit.
I've
in
used it
any,
at nightlife
Yeah.
more than any wedding.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Like I need to put it in the mix though. I mean, I feel like I should be playing that more during cocktail hour. I think it can be
Yeah.
played toward the end of
You can
dinner.
sprinkle that in during
Totally.
dinner.
What am I
for sure.
doing? What am I doing with myself? This is one of my favorite songs.
You're not even playing it at
I'm
your
not even
events.
playing it. I want to keep it to myself.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that just kind of goes to show, though, too, that our interests do drop at the door. We do have good
Totally.
music that we love, but
Yeah.
when we go into our events, it's about catering to the crowd. But then, too, we talk about it, us connecting with the right couples. So if you find a couple who's loving 90s hip-hop, you already know.
I'm
That's
there.
what it
I
is.
got you.
There
Right,
it
yeah.
is.
Got you
There
with
it
that
is.
baby face. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's a top one for me. Okay, let's go with
go.
number 2, Victoria. What you got?
All right, number 2 pick is Right There by SWV
Ooh, nice.
with the little Michael Jackson
Mm-hmm.
Human Nature sample.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That was classic. So good.
Good pick. This is another one. I need to add it in.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't love some MJ? All right.
Yep.
And then you got a love track. This
Beautiful.
is such a good song.
Oh, yeah.
I dig it. I dig it.
Yep.
SVSW. Now, something you were telling us,
There's like a fun fact
that
about
part
right?
right there, give us the fun
yeah,
fact.
the
I didn't
fun
know this.
fact about this part is that is actually Pharrell Williams saying SWV.
That's
Wow.
totally Pharrell. I don't think I ever knew that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny because I would never think that, but you tell me that, I'm like, oh yeah, that's Pharrell.
That's
I hear Pharrell.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I
It's
mean?
absolutely him.
Yep.
Which is cool. It's fun
Yeah, that's
fact.
good.
I dig it. That's another good one. A blast from the past.
Yeah.
Zia, what you got?
Went with it's definitely an oldie for sure. But this one's a lot more high energy, and I like this one a lot. It reminds me of my girlfriend. For once in my life, Stevie Wonder.
Ooh.
Banger.
Yeah, I use this one a lot at events.
Yeah.
I like that little riff in the beginning, right? Classic. Ding,
Another
ding,
one you could
ding,
use towards the
ding.
end because it's higher energy.
Right. Yeah, I use it. This is a dinner
Yeah.
music track for me. Just good vibes, right?
And it's just got that love vibe to it, you know.
Right.
It's happy.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, it makes you want to fall in love, be in love, right? You're like,
Yeah.
dang. Yeah,
Exactly.
This is,
Right now, I'm loving it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Another classic love
Yep.
song right there.
So yeah, that
Okay.
one's that's a really good one. You can't go wrong with Stevie. Ever,
No.
honestly, you really
Absolutely not.
Totally. Good pick. Okay, number 2 for me. All right, I'm gonna dig into my love for this band. This is my favorite band in the whole wide world.
already know.
311, for those of you that don't know, I'm a hardcore 311 fan out there. Now, my wife is going to kill me for playing this track because she loves this song, but it's not the original. This is a cover.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Okay.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
really?
do you know who
The Cure.
got it?
Oh,
Yeah,
you're a big Cure
Victoria
fan.
knows it.
That makes sense.
So the original is The Cure. It's probably the better of the two. My wife will tell you all day long it is. She's a Cure fan too. But love song, but I got to go with my boys in the band in
Yeah.
311. So
It's like a reggae version of it, I feel.
It totally, and I actually will play this at events. Like it's once again another love song.
Yeah.
I can play it during dinner music.
Yes.
You know, and then people are like, "Huh, that's a good cover song."
Yeah.
You know.
You know who else covered this song? And it's great?
Who?
Adele.
What?
Adele covered that as well.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Huh.
Honorable mention.
Nice. Another fun fact on
Yeah.
The more you know.
That's
That's what I was thinking.
That's a good
That's
one.
good.
Yeah.
That
So
is a
so
good
love
one.
song by 311 is making the cut for me on Valentine's Day.
Is that
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, Victoria, number 3. What you got?
Number 3, I'm going with the classic here. It's gonna be "Yearning for Your Love" by the Gap Band.
Woo!
I love the Gap Band. I always
Who
listen
doesn't
to
love
them.
some Gap Band?
Yeah.
My parents listened to them a lot growing
Yeah.
up. So oh,
I love these old school funky bands.
Yeah.
same.
Baby. Yeah, I'm only allowed to listen to songs like that for a maximum of 10 seconds. All right. No more baby making music for this guy. All right.
That's hilarious.
Right.
I tap out at 3. No more baby making
Yeah.
music song. I love that. Yeah, that's a good track.
Yeah.
Another one I need to add it to the crates. I like it. Digging down deep.
Yeah.
It's a good track. All right, Zia, number 3.
Number 3, this one is a lot more newer than the other two. I felt like those ones were older, but like I love those songs, so I had to go with them. But this one is really, really good. Came out a couple years ago, but it's Pink Sweat's "I Feel Good," and it's a really cool song just because it's got like a high energy love, but it's new and it's fun.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like he fell in love and now he's feeling good, right? But
Totally.
the lyrics are so on point and just everything. It's a really fun song.
Yeah, I dig it. It's a good title. Makes
like
me
it.
feel good.
Yeah.
I do feel good listening to this.
Yeah, here's
Yeah.
the chorus is good too.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like frolicking through some fields of
Oh, yeah.
sunflowers right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I've always said that that's a good song for like the beginning of a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the beginning
Yeah.
of a soundtrack or something.
Yeah, I feel like
kinda-
that's a TikTok video waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I also too like like personally, like if I was getting married, I would want like my guests to hear that during the cocktail hour.
Yeah.
Like just setting that tone, like guys, we're here to have fun, grab a drink, vibe, let's have, you know, a good time.
It just goes to show you how important like music is, and like using different tracks throughout the night to set tones.
Exactly.
To kind of help your guests move. We talk about it a lot on how spending or playing slower music, more intimate stuff in the earlier parts of the evening, and then you subliminally put the tap in their foot as you bring the tempo up, and you're encouraging them to dance without even getting them to fully dance.
Exactly.
You're just kind of getting them to be like, "Ooh, I'm
I
ready."
like this.
I'm ready to party, right? And it's very strategic on how you can kind of map out your night in terms of music, right?
Definitely.
I don't like to have a exact playlist for the night, but I like to have like a good idea and like general vibe that I want.
Exactly, yeah. Well, and it's good to know what direction you're gonna kind of go towards.
Yeah.
It helps.
Exactly.
For sure.
It's true.
Okay, I just made an audible here.
Uh-oh.
All right, I
like
just
it.
changed it up.
Oh.
I changed it up. I was gonna go with a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
But I'm changing it up, peeps.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
What we got?
Because I started thinking, I was like, you know, we're talking about music that we're playing at events, and this is one that's recently just made it into my crates, like during cocktail hour, and it's another cover. I love this track, and it's more along the lines of the funky vibes, but it's actually a cover of Shaka Khan's "I Feel For You" by Phoebe.
What?
I think it's Phoebe Cadis. So check this out. It's got a total funky vibe to it.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to skip forward a little bit here.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
I heard this track. I don't remember where it was, but I was like, oh my God.
I like that.
Yeah. Or it may have been, maybe even one of my DJ friends on their podcast or something. I don't know. But this has made it into my cocktail hour vibes. But I totally just dig the funky, loungy vibe feel to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's good.
But yeah, here's the chorus. It's got like a Prince
Yeah.
Yeah.
vibe, but you know, I guess Prince made the track, so
Yeah.
Makes sense, right? Yeah.
yeah, check it out. I think you can find it on Spotify. Phoebe Cadis, "I Feel For You" Shaka Khan cover.
That's a
yeah,
good one.
That's
Yeah.
I love that track.
I have another honorable mention.
Okay, an honorable.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Tony actually reminded me of this song. I've been doing, shadowing with Tony and doing some events with him. And there's a track he likes to play. It's a classic, "Everlasting Love."
Oh yeah.
And oh my God, every time we play that song at the wedding, like to start dinner and stuff, it's just so fun. And like you said, it reminds me of a movie like Made in Manhattan.
It's one
J-Lo,
of my favorite ways
classic.
to start dinner.
Yeah.
Which one?
This will be Natalie Cole, right?
Yeah.
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 I just think right after the end, I always say, and once again, congratulations to the newlyweds.
Yeah.
And that piano hits, and you feel it
like they're in a
immediately.
movie.
You're like,
another-
I'm in
another feel good.
Yeah. And that's why that one, if it's a certain demographic of crowd. If I find that I'm around, I don't know. If it's a Mexican crowd, more Spanish music crowd, I usually play Los Lonely Boys "Heaven."
Oh yeah.
But
That's
yeah, this one is that "Everlasting Love," Natalie Cole. It's
fun. It's beautiful.
It's a song everybody knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's they just got married.
Yeah.
Like this. It's everything.
Great track.
I'd say 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
I start with dinner with that one.
All right, you want to hear my guilty pleasure?
Yeah.
I know all 10 of our peeps want to hear what my guilty pleasure
Curious.
is. My-
Yeah.
I know I am.
I know you're like, wait, no, we got to hear it. I'm gonna play it for you. I don't even know if you guys know this song. They're looking. You guys got to watch a YouTube video. Zia's like, what the hell is this? It's guilty pleasure.
Oh.
Roxette, "Fading Like a Flower." My old school peeps know. Here we go. Let me get to the chorus.
Me either.
Never heard it?
No.
No.
No. Not even in a movie.
These guys are too young. It's because it was an 80s movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
Actually, no, 90s. This group was 90s. Roxette, that's a guilty pleasure of mine. They're the one.
Sounded good.
You know what? You might recognize. They sing. Let's see. Do you recognize this? Well, they did. Oh, this is a good song. There's too another love song.
The
actually.
band is the Roxette.
They're called Roxette.
Roxette. Maybe.
Okay, if you don't recognize that one, how about this one? You have not heard Joyride?
I don't think I've ever heard
Are
this.
you? What kind of DJs are you?
Right?
Never heard this one. It's a good little band.
Okay, what about the look? Come on, you had to have heard the look. Oh my gosh, peeps. DJ Mischievous and Zia have never heard Roxette. They've never
We're gonna
heard
have to
one
do some
Roxette
research.
song in their life.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, guilty pleasure of mine, Roxette. They had crazy, just 80s vibe and hair, as like the guy playing, like the poofy hair, playing the guitar.
You said they were in the 90s though?
Yeah, late 80s,
Okay,
early
okay,
90s.
cool.
Yeah, was when they're like a British rock band.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, so go check them out.
All right.
Play the videos for you later. All right. Guilty pleasure, fading like a flower. It makes the cut for me on Valentine's Day, especially.
Yep.
Okay.
Love it.
Any other songs that you guys have that off the top of your head that are must play love tracks for you?
We Found Love, Calvin Harris, Rihanna.
Ooh.
That one comes to me.
Yeah.
That one's a good one. Yeah.
You know what? I feel like for the old school peeps, you can't have like a Valentine's Day without this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Casey and JoJo.
Yeah.
When I
Right.
was in high school, this was the slow dance song that
Yeah.
I would always play. Anytime we would get a slow dance, it was this
This was
one.
this, yeah.
Yeah, Casey and JoJo, a classic. All right,
Definitely
I'm throwing them in there.
Since we're talking about Rihanna,
Hey, so yes.
Love on the Brain.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's a good
That's
one.
a good one. Yeah.
That's a good track.
Nice, man, pulling them out. I love it. It's a good one. Yeah, so I've got a crate here that's called Love Songs, and it's got sub-crates within it. I've got Valentine's slow jams, classic love songs, R&B love songs, hip-hop love songs, 90s love songs, 80s love songs, love song mashups,
Nice.
funky love songs, rock love songs, dance love songs. Let's see, what's my top rock love song? Oh, based on...
Plays.
Let's see. Based on... Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, based on plays, this is my top rock love song. This is a DJ mix.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
This thing called love.
Yeah, Lil Queen.
Yeah.
Love it.
This thing called love.
Yeah, there's a good rock love song for you.
That's cool. I like
That's a
that
good
one.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a good one.
Yeah, kind of interesting. Okay. All right. I think we can put a bow on the love songs for this Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that was
good
good.
tracks.
That was some
Yeah,
good
that,
tracks.
that was good.
Some good honorable mentions.
Nice
Yeah.
honorable
Yeah.
mentions for sure. And you now have homework to go and study Roxette. All right.
Yeah.
Now we need to look up Roxette.
Okay,
I like it.
let's keep it going. Next segment, we want to talk about the Super Bowl halftime show. So speaking of Rihanna,
Let's do
right?
it.
Let's do it. Obviously, she comes out in her red poofy getup, right?
It's like a,
And-
I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I mean, it was and it was interesting because right from the get-go, within the first 30 seconds, I look at my wife and I go, she's pregnant.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
my wife's like, what? And, like, my wife's looking at me like, what the heck? What are you saying? I'm like, look, it's obvious. So,
Yeah.
look you can see that.
Yeah.
And so from that point on, like, the show for me took a whole just different perspective,
Mhm.
right? Because obviously she was limited. Like, it's like, what's she going to do? Like, is she going to dance? And is she going to have any, like, wardrobe changes, costume changes, any of that stuff?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just saw it through like a little different lens from that point,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys takes on it?
Yeah, no, I'd have to agree with that. Once I saw the baby bump, I was like, this is gonna be a whole different show than what we expected.
Yep.
I mean, I know I anticipated. I was like, it's Rihanna. We all know how Rihanna is. She's crazy. She's out there. She pushes boundaries. I'm like, she's gonna do it on one of the biggest stages in the world. It's gonna be freaking Super Bowl. It's gonna be intense. And then she's pregnant, and it, like you said, it turns a little bit. It's not what you expect anymore. So, obviously, congratulations to her. It's such a beautiful thing, obviously. But I was just a little bit disappointed with it, I'll say.
Yeah, with the actual show entertainment
just a
part
show
of it.
entertainment part of it. I mean, of course, she's carrying, so there's limited movement, and there's obviously things she can't do to protect herself and her baby, and it just wasn't what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt kind of the same way, Production wise, I was like kind of in awe, actually. I mean,
cool.
when they came out and they were hovering, and then they had those floating platforms.
Yeah.
Like the gear geek in me is like, oh my god, like how are they doing that? Like, and what's the rest of the show gonna look like? And I always look at the production elements, and I'm like, dang, like the production was super cool to me.
I
thought it was
absolutely
like what it took to
like
just make all that happening. What's nice about the State Farm Stadium in Arizona is it's a dome,
right?
So they can
tons of trussing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They just were able to suspend everything, and
they're on a time limit to do all that, which is super impressive.
I think they said
crazy.
6 minutes to set up, 12-minute show, 6 minutes out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and watching the time lapse is so cool.
I bet.
Yeah, like
it takes an army.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
What's really neat, I'm actually a part of one of these Facebook groups where all the light designers and techs are in there that do the show.
Yeah.
And so they always post basically the blueprints and like the show layouts and what it takes and how many people it takes, and so like it's crazy. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. I just kind of quickly glanced over it. But it's always kind of interesting to see how many fixtures, like lighting fixtures, they use and different types of trussing, all that stuff. It's mind blowing what these guys do in that little amount of time.
Yeah,
like so cool.
Yeah, definitely.
So production wise, I thought it was off the charts, but yeah, the entertainment part of it, like I liked the playlist. I thought
the song list was good.
Yeah.
The song list was good. I didn't really have any issues with that. And I know you've only got 12 minutes. You got to pick out.
Right. In her massive catalog, she only had to pick 12.
And then you want to also pick the songs for people who aren't Rihanna super fans. There's songs that I wanted to hear on there that she was obviously not going to play.
Yeah,
right.
So
yeah,
that's probably a hard choice to make, especially when you're Rihanna.
What do you think when she came out to Bitch You Better Have My Money?
It was pretty iconic.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I was not my bet, I will say. I was betting on Run This Town.
Yeah. Well, your song made the cut though.
It did, so that's cool.
Yeah, your song made the cut, yeah.
Yeah, and then I mean, what about like I think a lot of us were hoping for some guests, right? Like
she
guest
had mentioned
appearances.
she was like, I'm bringing a special guest and all this, and then it turned out being her baby, which was fine, but like I was thinking somebody.
We didn't know it was
right?
going to be
a little
physically attached to
ASAP Fenty Jr. the second. Yeah.
I know, but I mean, yeah, I've kind of figured, okay, there's no way Jay-Z's not ever going to do a Super Bowl. It's not ever going to happen. All right. Maybe like T.I. could have been like a possibility.
Oh yeah.
I thought about that.
T.I. could have been a good one.
I mean,
T.I.
Live Your Life was a smash.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
So I was thinking maybe T.I. I figured there's no way Kanye. But then but then when she started playing All the Lights.
Yep.
Yeah.
It made me think for a second. I was like, no way. Like no.
Yeah.
And of course I was. He's canceled.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like they should have incorporated guests even more so because she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Give the pressure off of her a little bit.
Exactly.
Let these people kind of go into their own show, kind of like Bruno and Beyonce did with Coldplay. Give the pressure off of her a little bit.
Yeah.
And I mean, it could have been great.
Yeah. No, I agree. So, I mean, overall, for me, it definitely wasn't terrible by any means.
No.
I didn't think it was overly spectacular, great, like on Prince and MJ level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just felt like it's somewhere. I thought it was above average. And
I would agree with
kind of
that.
in that space.
Not the worst one, but
Yeah.
not the best.
Yeah, and then obviously her being preggers, like hats off. Like for her to even
hard
get
to
out
do.
there and do it, like, oh my goodness.
Exactly.
Like,
She's the first woman to be pregnant during a Super Bowl show. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
That's hard to do.
it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is impressive.
So, all right. So, you guys have anything else that you want to add to?
You know, I really loved the dancers. I thought they were a really cool kind of aspect that we got to appreciate a little bit more as you look back on it, because she was limited in like her
Yeah.
choreography and stuff. But I thought that they did a really, really cool job. We were talking about it a little bit before the podcast too. You had mentioned a fun fact that Angelique said, right?
Yeah. So my girlfriend was telling me that apparently all the people that danced with Rihanna at the halftime show were like not first time dancers, but they have never been booked for big gigs.
Dang.
So this is like their first big break. It's like super cool, like Super Bowl. This is on their resume forever. And to have that is like endless. I mean, they could go and do anything now. So it's
Yeah.
like really, really cool that they're allowing people that might not have, you know, they've danced with this person and that person and this and that and have all these like awesome things on their resume. They do now.
Yeah.
If it were me, I'd just be one and done. That's it. I'm retiring.
Like
I've never
did
been
it.
on a big stage before. I'm at the Super Bowl. I just
Yeah.
danced
Good.
for Rihanna.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm out, peeps. Thanks.
Yeah. And one more thing I'd like to add, which I thought was like a super flex, is during one part of her halftime show, she picked up the Fenty Beauty
Oh, genius.
like blush kit,
Uh-huh.
touched up her makeup, handed it back, grabbed her mic. I was like, oh, she's flexing on us
Yeah.
right now.
I thought it was a super smart marketing tool.
Yeah.
I may have already went and bought some Fenty.
Yeah.
Some, I'm just saying.
Genius. So smart for her to
Genius.
use that.
Yeah.
The glow on my face, I meant to tell you guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought you added a little bit before
Yeah,
the pod.
I'm glowing.
Yeah, you are.
It's not just Valentine's Day. It's Fenty.
There you go.
Maybe she's born with
This
it.
episode
Maybe
is
it's
sponsored by
Fenty.
This, yeah. Our unofficial sponsor, Fenty. If you hear us out there, if you're listening, if you're one of our 10,
Yeah, right.
and,
Yeah.
hit me up. All right. Okay, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl, and we are going to get into our segment called the Grab Bag, which is where I scour all the internets, the highs and lows, and mostly the lows of the internet, for questions that people are asking out there, really in the groups and in the chat rooms and stuff like that are based on either DJing or the wedding industry. I found some good ones.
Nice.
So I know you guys haven't seen these yet, so I'm just going to throw them out there, and I'm going to pick, I have like 5 different ones here, but we'll just choose like 2 or 3 of them to kind of go over.
Cool.
Okay, so this first one was, is anyone not doing the bouquet and garter toss? This came from a bridal group, I guess, on
Cool.
Facebook.
Yeah.
And she asks, is anyone not doing the bouquet garter toss? And then there was a comment that said, we're skipping the garter toss because it makes us both uncomfy. Instead of the bouquet toss, we are going to have everyone on the dance floor and have the DJ call out 1 year together, 5 years, and so on. The last couple on the dance floor with us will get the bouquet. Parents aren't happy and say it's not traditional, but oh well. We're also one of the last in the friend group to get married, so there'd be limited single men and women for both tosses. So what do you guys think about that? This is one basically on the, skipping the bouquet toss and doing what,
I like
like
that.
a reverse anniversary dance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like that. I like that now we're breaking away from tradition and everything does not have to be so traditional.
Yeah.
It makes your wedding unique. It gives some people in the future things to think about. I know me and my girlfriend were just speaking about this. Like, we want to do things very untraditional. Obviously, it will be the first, like, wedding when it does happen on her end to be a gay couple and on mine as well.
Yeah.
So we want it to be very, very different. We were talking about that too, like this
Right.
bouquet and different things that we want to try. So I love breaking away from tradition. So I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
I agree as well. I am on the boat of, we do a lot of weddings in this field, and so whenever you're able to do something that's not the same that you're doing all the time, right? And there's so many little things that you don't think about. Yes, there are older people who think of it as a tradition because they've been doing it forever. So yes, you're gonna do it, right? But people feel awkward up there. You know, we've talked about it in the past in our podcast. I had mentioned it on a trend I wanted to see go away. Because, like, when you're shooting that garter, it's so flimsy and just, it's so anticlimactic. The guys are also really awkward. You had mentioned it. You're like, hey, you want to catch my new wife's panties? You know what I mean? Like, no, nobody wants that.
Right. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
I think
Definitely.
I think there's ways to make it fun and change it up, right? But yeah, I think you can totally do away with the bouquet garter. It's such a momentum killer too. When you're you've opened up the dance floor, you're 20 minutes in, it's going great, and then I got to kill this dance floor one more time so we can jump into the bouquet garter.
I would agree with that.
I like what her idea here of this basically anniversary dance where they call out 1 year, 5 year, and so on, and then it says the last couple on the dance floor with us will get the bouquet. So we did this once, but I would do it in reverse. All right, of what she is saying. And I would start off with everybody on the dance floor, all the couples on there.
Yes.
And then if you've been married for less than an hour, you must exit the dance floor and now make people go off the dance floor. Because if you're trying to add to the dance floor, you don't know how many years.
I'm misunderstanding what she did. What did she do?
So she did, she says, instead of the bouquet toss, we are going to have... everyone on the dance floor. Oh yeah, so actually that is what she's doing.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. So what she's saying, I misunderstood it. She says we're gonna have everybody on the dance floor and have the DJ call out 1 year together, 5 years, and so on. And that's what I'm saying. So if you've been married for less than an hour, you must exit the dance floor.
Yeah.
If you've been married for less than 5 years, exit the dance floor. Less than 10 years, exit the dance floor, and you get all the way up to whatever, grandma and grandpa that have been married for 550 years, right?
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, and then you present them with a bouquet at the end, and then I'll usually ask them, to give a piece of advice to our bride and groom. How do you make it to 550 years? What's the secret sauce?
I like that.
So.
I feel like I was actually with you at an event where we did that, like the anniversary dance, and then at the end you handed off the mic to give advice, and it was just really sweet and different.
It is, and it's kind of a nice moment, right?
Yeah, it is.
So I'm going to tell you, not to get morbid, especially on Valentine's Day, but something that's really nice, and I think that I've heard in the past my couples appreciated, is that those couples tend to not be around with them like much longer, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Especially if it's like a grandparent or grandparents or something like
Yeah.
that, 5-10 years down the road or whatever, they were glad that they had that moment at their wedding with them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I think it's cool, and that's what we're about, creating moments, right?
Yep.
And then sometimes maybe photo gets that, and they have a good photo of their grandparents.
Yeah, absolutely.
And grandma went away with the bouquet in her hand, and it's
that's a great way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay,
I
cool.
love that.
Okay, here's the next one. This one says, my fiance and I are figuring out our guest list and trying to find a way to cut the list as best we can. We decided to manage the +1 sector. So if the guest is married, we just have to add them to the list, even if we don't know the spouse. I feel like that is respectful. I can't imagine someone inviting my future husband to a wedding and say, I'm not invited though. However, we do have some people that we know are in dating relationships. We decided that for those people, we would give them the option to bring their boyfriend/girlfriend, but they will have to pay for them if they want them to be there, especially because we wouldn't know them. It just makes sense to us to tell a friend that for the sake of space and cost, if they want their significant other present, they will have to pay. What do you all think about this? Do you think it's appropriate?
No, absolutely not.
Cost somewhere else. I had a couple we attended a wedding and they had a food truck and we had to pay for our own food at the food truck. I'm not saying that's like wrong, but it's very uncommon. And I feel like for a wedding, you gotta treat them somehow, or I don't know. It's such a touchy one.
So this one's this one's tough, and I know I've been there.
The +1 too. It's a weird way to attack it.
And basically the heart of this is the guest list, right? And the count.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can only either have so many people in our space, or we can only afford to have so many people, because some of these plates are like 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks a plate, right?
Absolutely.
And so I get it. And weddings are not cheap. Weddings are crazy to me, right? Like, I think everybody imagines that day, at some point in time in their life, right? Like this big day, I'm going to get married. I think, until you get into it, and then you get engaged, and there's all this happiness around it, and then you get into the beast of wedding planning.
Yep.
And you start getting into the costs of all of these things. And everything is expensive. Everything.
Absolutely.
Your wedding invitations, those are depending on what you want to do with it. You want to get a custom monogram made, all right? Things like that, and you start doing all these customizations.
Yeah.
It starts getting super pricey, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think I don't know if there's a right answer to this, but it definitely is uncomfortable, right? When you have to ask somebody, "Oh, sorry, you can't bring your significant other," or if you want to, you need to pay for them to come to my wedding.
And I feel also that kind of creates this animosity a little bit.
Yeah, like
where it's like, okay, you could come, maybe not your significant other, and if you want them to come, you're gonna have to pay for it. So then, like, me personally, like,
I'm not going.
If she can't go, I'm like, well, I'm not going either.
Right.
Like,
and now you just created like this break in your relationship with those people,
absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
It's never gonna be the same.
No.
It's never gonna be the same going forward. So yeah, if there's, I guess, any advice, I mean, we've seen enough weddings.
Cut costs elsewhere. Buy fake flowers. You know, get a 1-tier cake. Just figure it out elsewhere, because honestly, it's one of those things where, I don't know, you either do invite them or you don't, but that's hard.
And I feel like that's super important too, the guests.
Yeah.
Who's there, you know? So like you're saying, I definitely would cut costs elsewhere.
If that person is, if I need my homie there or whatever, that person, my friend there, I will figure out a way to, we'll feed them, right?
Exactly.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Because that's what I want them there. I don't want them to think about spending more money.
Exactly.
And what if it's a location? What if they're all flying in from New York or something crazy like that? Then you're going to spend more money?
Yeah.
I already paid all this to fly out to visit you, and you're going to make me pay for my dinner?
Yeah.
It's my gift.
No,
yeah, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a touchy one.
Yeah,
you
just lost your gift.
That's a good one. I'm glad you read that one.
Yeah.
That's
tough.
That's an interesting one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here's another good one. Actually, and this one's not a question. This was just something I saw that I thought was interesting. I don't think I've ever done this, but I think there's some takes on this of a way to incorporate it. So this bride says, 10 out of 10, recommend having your DJ play Marry Me by Bruno Mars, with the goal of the bride and groom having to run to every table and take a picture with each table before the song is over.
Love it.
You'll get great pictures, and it's a great way to involve everyone. And she says, ooh, and we made it to all 17 tables. And so she's talking about during dinner, right?
Yes, yeah. That's so, I love that idea. I love the idea of you get one song, because that takes forever.
Right.
Whenever you're like, you want to hit every table, add another 30 minutes to the timeline, because this is going to take a second. Because they want to say hi to everybody. They want to say thank you for coming and all that, which I totally understand. But when you can encourage it and make it a game, or, you know what I mean? We let, even the guests are understanding. They're not going to have that opportunity to have that one-on-one time during this moment, but they're going to be able to hit every table and say hi. So I love that idea of one song, go.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
You know, make the announcement
Just
of what's
add
going to
energy.
happen, you know, and all right, our goal is to get a picture with every single one of you in this room before the song is over, and it makes it like this fun little race, right? Like during dinner.
Exactly.
Yeah, and a way to get them all involved. So I thought it was cool too.
That's a really good
that.
idea. That's a really, because I've had couples make those suggestions, and I'll be like, okay, well, we'll just account for that time. And if you really want, that's important to you, we'll just make sure we put that, you know, I'll put 30 minutes, I'll account 30 more minutes for that, but that's genius.
Yep.
I'm going to start suggesting.
I know.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
Thought it was a good one too. Okay, this is the last one. Last one from the grab bag. Okay, weddings are expensive. Literally everything. DJ, catering, bar, venue, etc. All of it is insanely expensive. We're already spending thousands of dollars on these people. Is it absolutely necessary to tip them hundreds of dollars on top of that?
No.
I think whatever, if you'd like to, of course, right? But I always go in with the idea of never expecting a tip, because they have paid us a lot of money. Now, if they do, I'm like, dude, thank you. Like, I'm incredibly grateful because of what was already purchased and paid for.
Yeah.
But I don't think you should, I don't know, be giving away more hundreds of dollars for tips. I
don't think it's I know for us it's never expected.
Yes.
You know, it's never expected. It does happen.
Yep.
But just because it happens, I still don't ever expect it. And it's kind of for that reason, right? Like, we're charging what we are worth and what we need to make on any given evening. And that's that. Yeah. Like, that's all I expect to make. That's all I need to make. That's the, you know, But it is cool. It's
Yeah.
kind of cool when we get that little extra at the end of the night, and we split it with our assistants. And it's, for me, it's more cool for them that they get a little bit extra to take away.
Yeah.
But I've always said, don't ever expect it.
I think it's a different.
I don't know.
It's different from like say a server. Server's making less than minimum, and they live off those
Yeah.
tips, right?
Right.
We're living off of our tips. Usually, it's
No.
just some extra cash. So that's
Exactly.
why, I don't expect it, or like,
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you're good. Like,
Yeah, me
yeah.
either. It's
I'm not-
never
yeah.
expected. It's always appreciated.
yeah.
Never expected.
Whereas when you're serving, you're like, wow, he tipped me 10%.
So I'm going to go this
You know?
far and also say that it could be the level of service you provide to where this falls in, right? I feel like someone that does a wedding for $200 or $300 is more likely to be banking on tips
Yeah.
than someone that's charging $3,000 and $4,000, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just two
Absolutely.
different levels of service, two different mindsets.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we like to say we're in that ladder of
Yeah.
the two, where we're charging what we're worth, and that's really all the expectation is there.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
As far as we're getting paid.
Yep.
But I don't know. I guess let's dive down a little bit deeper. What are the percentage of events do you feel that you get a tip from?
So if
If you did 10 events, in the next 10 events coming up, how many do you
I
think
would
would
feel
give you a tip?
confident 4, maybe 5, because it's less than half for
Yeah,
sure.
I would say it's probably less than half, or roughly about
3 to
half.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 feels not enough. 4 feels good. Something, not a big tip, but some kind
Yeah.
of tip is given.
Yeah.
I'd say that's probably about right as well. So,
Less than half for sure.
right. Yeah, and I don't know if it's that way. I'd love for some of you other vendors out there to comment on this. Videographers, photographers, if you get
that'd be
tipped.
interesting.
Yeah, because I'm really not sure. If they get tipped on top of things as well.
Mhm.
I know
Yeah.
a lot of times our photo booth attendants will get tipped.
Nice.
But yeah, so it was that the tipping thing comes up fairly often. So I thought I'd throw that in the
Yeah,
grab bag today.
yeah.
So yeah, that's our take on that. All right, cool. I think we're gonna put a bow on this one. Anything else you guys have for this week? Anything coming up that
We've got
the
our-
listeners need to
Our
know
dueling
about?
DJ show,
Dueling DJs. Myself, DJ Zia.
February 25th.
February 25th from 8 to 11 inside of Uptown Funk at Revel. I love playing in that spot. It's like a nice, intimate setting. It just makes it fun,
Yeah.
interactive with
What's sad though? They got rid of the dance floor.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Last time I was in there, it was just all carpet. I'm like, what the heck?
Oh,
maybe
my
because
God. Do they not know how much dancing happens at the dueling DJ show?
they had a dueling show, the dueling piano show
Right.
the day before, and they normally will bring out a fair amount of tables, but they put the tables on top of the dance floor.
Right.
Yeah.
But there was no dance floor when I was there. There was a dancing section,
That's
but it
interesting.
was all carpet.
Put a rug.
Oh my gosh.
For real.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, just
All right.
that. Oh, Marble Heights Friday. I'm at Marble Heights.
Okay.
Cool.
What type of stuff you playing over there at Marble typically?
Marble Heights is a little bit more catered towards the older folks because it's in like.
What are you
this-
talking about? Like, what age group are we talking about older here?
Probably like late 30s.
Oh my
early
God.
40s.
You just said late 30s is old people. Did you hear that?
older folks. I didn't say old.
That's it.
I said they're older than like somebody who goes to
Early
a bar.
20s.
Yeah, I'm taking
early
your
20s.
Valentine's Day gift back.
Marble downtown is a lot different from Marble Heights, right? And I
Okay.
just feel like the demo is, especially too in Marble Heights, they put me in this 21 and over only room. So especially when I'm in there, I feel like I'm always getting like looks because they're like reading books or like doing like a lot more low key things as opposed to the bar. But then I'll come in and I'll start playing music, and I've found myself playing a lot of like Redbone, Come and Get Your Love, just like older stuff,
Like throwbacks.
Yeah, exactly. But then as the night goes on, I've definitely gone into more house, dancey stuff, 90s R&B, 2000s
Sick.
hits,
Nice.
stuff like that. Yeah.
All right.
But they're awesome. They're always super fun. I enjoy Marble Heights a lot too.
Cool. All right. So we got those two coming up. Anything with you, Victoria, coming up?
I'm done for February, but March is stacked for me.
Nice.
Headed to LA. I have something going on in Texas as
Nice.
well that I can't really announce yet.
I like it.
Yeah, and then I have
Secrets.
Secrets. They're fun in the DJ world. I'm like, oh, I want to say already.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, be looking out for that, and then just my normal residency down in Silver City, New Mexico.
Nice.
That's always fun if you're in that area.
Well,
Check us out.
You got the radio show every Wednesday.
Yeah,
too.
radio show every single Wednesday. That's always fun.
What time is that at?
7 p.m.
Nice.
Pacific Standard Time.
There
so
you go. Okay.
yeah, it's fun. If it's not just me, I usually try to get a guest on there. But it's fun either way. It's cool. It's a fun show.
Mm-hmm.
Just a lot of different music and stuff on there. So yeah, if you guys can check that out, it's always fun.
All right, cool. Okay, I think we're going to put a bow on this week. Episode number 4 is in the books, and we will see you guys next time.
See you later.
Peace.
Thanks for checking out the Cutmaster Cast podcast. Make sure you stay tuned with all things related at www.cutmastermusic.com.